Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and in 1 month it's going to be snowboard season, so I thought I'd do the intro of this video with some of my favorite wipeouts from, well, snowboarding. That being said, today we've got a very interesting topic, and it's some drama-inducing stuff. It involves cheating, the absolute backlash on it. We're going to go over all of that. We're also going to go ahead and give out an heirloom. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. Well, it looks like EA finally remembered it has a ban button. That's right, Battlefield 6, its newest game, has reportedly started swinging the hammer on Cronus Zen cheaters. If you don't know what that is, it's a handheld device. We'll cover it in a minute. And gamers are celebrating like it's Christmas morning. But here's the thing, Battlefield 6 and Apex Legends, they're both EA titles. Same parent company, same anti-cheat umbrella. Yet one out here is doing God's work, and the other is still letting people beam you from across the map with zero recoil with a hemlock like they're all auditioning for a Terminator reboot. So what gives? Why is Battlefield cracking down while Apex Legends, one of EA's biggest shooters, still lets Cronus Zen users thrive like rats at a buffet? So let's start with the basics for those of you who are lucky enough to have never encountered a Cronus Zen in Apex Ranked. It's basically a little hardware cheat box you plug in between your controller and console or PC. It tricks your game into thinking you're playing fair, but under the hood it's giving you aim assist, recoil control, and even custom macros that make your aim look smoother than a sponsored energy drink ad. To put it simply, it's cheating, but with extra steps. It's the gaming equivalent of saying, technically I didn't lie when you absolutely did. Now, Apex Legends has always had this issue. Console lobbies infested with controller demons who suspiciously have perfect aim, zero recoil on the R99, and the movement of someone who's clearly using a keyboard. And to make it worse, these devices are undetectable by traditional anti-cheat software because they don't modify the game files, they modify the input signals. It's like robbing a bank while dressed as a vault manager. Now enter Battlefield 6. This week, reports started flying out of cheat Discord servers. Apparently, EA and DICE are now detecting banning Cronus Zen users. You can almost hear the panic in those Discord screenshots. Hey guys, maybe don't use your Cronus Zen right now, EA is cracking down. Cue the world's tiniest vinyl. EA hasn't officially confirmed the scale of the bans yet, but multiple reports and cheater meltdowns make it pretty clear something is happening. Some even try to deny it, claiming the ban messages were fake, but when your own cheat device developers tell you to stop using it because detection methods are working, yeah, that's not a coincidence. And the funniest part, the Cronus devs begged users to not talk about the bans publicly because it was drawing too much attention. Buddy, when your customers are crying on Twitter about losing their $90 cheat box, you're already trending. So the question is, how is EA pulling this off in Battlefield 6 but not Apex Legends? Well, they're not going to be spilling their secret sauce. There are some experts that have actually speculated that EA is detecting the device's unique input patterns, like weird timing inconsistencies, input packet signals, or latency differences that come from using external hardware. Think of it like a lie detector for controllers. If you're moving your stick with suspicious robotic precision, the system starts raising an eyebrow. Now, the smart move here is that EA hasn't revealed how they're detecting it, because if they did, cheat devs would adapt overnight. It's an arms race. Every time anti-cheat levels up, the cheaters drop a patch like fix detection back to frying. But here's the important bit. This shows that EA can detect Cronus Zen devices when they want to. So why hasn't the same technology made its way back to Apex Legends yet? And let's be honest, cheating in Apex is older than the Mozambique meme. We've had wall hacks, aimbots, strike packs, and now Cronus Zens, all turning ranked into a horror show. And every time Respawn says we're investigating, the cheaters are already in Masters. Respawn's anti-cheat, easy anti-cheat, can catch software-based cheats, but hardware ones, that's been its basic Achilles heel, and this isn't new. Respawn devs have openly acknowledged the Cronus problem multiple times. They've said things like, we're aware, we're working with EA, and my personal favorite, it's complicated. Yes, it's complicated, but so is launching a live service shooter for 6 years straight or pretending cheaters are just rare. So here's the million-dollar question. Why does Battlefield 6 have Cronus detection and Apex doesn't? There are a couple of different reasons. Different engines is, well, one of the key ones. Battlefield 6 runs on Frostbite, while Apex runs on a heavily modified Source engine. So the anti-cheat integration might be totally different under the hood. EA could be testing the new detection tools on Frostbite before expanding it elsewhere. Also, well, DICE is actively maintaining Battlefield's anti-cheat with direct EA backing. Respawn, meanwhile, has their hands full juggling content updates, ranked reworks, and new legends, while EA manages the anti-cheat separately, so there's a bureaucratic wall between them. Also, risk management. Battlefield 6 is still fresh and EA wants to protect its reputation early. Apex Legends, on the other hand, is a 6-year-old live service that probably has millions of players using Cronus devices. Banning them all at once could crater the player base overnight. However, the biggest reason most likely is the fact that Battlefield is a full cost game, meaning that when you play Battlefield, even if you're using a Cronus and you get banned, EA already has your money from purchasing the game right away. They're already $60 richer, so you getting banned isn't a huge issue. Whereas Apex Legends, it's free. The game and EA and Respawn make money by selling us skins in game. So if you ban the player for using cheats or a Cronus, well, they might not spend any more money on skins, which is how they primarily make money. There's somewhat of an issue there. Let's also not forget, Cronus devices are a big business right now. They sell like crazy, and every time a ban wave happens, there's a new version. Cronus Zen, Cronus Max, Strike Pack. It's like Pokemon Evolution, but for cheaters. And guess what? A lot of these players spend money. Battle Pass, skins, heirlooms, all of it. If they're willing to buy cheats, they're willing to buy stuff in the game to make them look absolutely dripped out. So from EA's perspective, banning thousands of them could hurt short-term revenue. Now, I'm not saying EA's okay with cheaters, but they definitely move slower when the problem is financially inconvenient. It's like when your smoke alarm beeps every 30 seconds and you just take the battery out instead of fixing it. And the Battlefield crackdown is super important because it proves EA can detect Cronus Zen users. In fact, Respawn in the past have said, we have a way to detect them. We know the technology exists. They know how it exists. The know-how exists. So the ball is in Respawn's court now. If Apex Legends wants to keep its competitive scene alive, especially with the ranked overhaul and wildcard modes, it's time to stop letting hardware cheaters roam free. Because right now, honest players are tired. They can't tell if they got outplayed or out hardwared, and that destroys the trust in the game faster than a broken matchmaking system. Imagine if Apex finally rolled out a similar detection system, real Cronus bans, real enforcement. Twitter would explode. You'd see clips of Diamond players rediscovering recoil like it's 2019 again. And the irony here is Battlefield 6 is a franchise that's been struggling to win players back, and is now the one setting an example of anti-cheat integrity. Meanwhile, Apex Legends, a game built on speed, precision, and movement, is lagging behind in fighting input-based cheating. It's like your older sibling who used to fail math suddenly getting an A, well, you're still copying off the kid next to you. EA, if you're listening, you clearly have the tools. Give Respawn the update, give the community some justice, because right now, it feels like Battlefield got a deep cleaning and Apex is still using the same mop from 2019. All that being said, we're going to jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Special on Twitter. Without further ado, let's roll.
Back over there. Please back up here.
Care package coming in.
Care package over there.
Down below, guys, what are your thoughts on, well, the banning, the copyright strike, and so much more going on in the game? Also, don't forget to check out my new outdoor video in the top left corner where I actually go ahead and show you how to repair your snowboard and wax it for the upcoming season. And until next time, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep slaying in the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.